how fit these guys are. Okay, let's just break off to have a look at that set. Their serve rate, Indonesia just edging it, but the spike winner 7-3. That's enough, yeah, isn't it? He's just done brilliantly there. A couple of decent blocks. Yeah. Okay. Well, I tell you, it's
and there's no striker there.
It's that could be it. Yeah. No. Great save. Lovely scramble. Hanafiah, where was it? It came off the block, it went out. That is 21-12. Malaysia, his potential, he has delivered in absolutely bucketfuls here. There's some great spiking here. He also...
Put it into the net. He's been serving very well thus far. He had one fault off his very first service and then one a little bit later on, but the rest of the time he's been firing them down, alternating the 70, 72 km/h bullets, occasionally straight down the middle, sometimes quite often targeting Arfin, and then he's mixing those in with 50, 52 km/h slice services that come off the sole of the shoe and just drop on the other side of the net. So very difficult to defend, and he'll be looking to come out with one of those to clinch this first set.
There we go, Abdul Talib there and his team saying you've got 6 points to get one. Maybe this will be the moment. It certainly is. Arfin the target, and suddenly Malaysia celebrate, because that means that they are guaranteed a place.
Fire it down at Arfin at 70 km/h, and that's what he did, 71 km/h. He added an extra kilometre just for the exclamation point to seal this first set, 21-14.
You speak as you write. It's very, very clever.
Slightly more quickly.
Well, yeah, okay.
If I make a mistake, I can't go back and hit the delete button. It's been said.
Lots of smiling going on in Malaysian camp. They know that they're through, and the ambition, of course, to get through to the weekend, where it's all going to be involving Malaysian Centre. We had a little bit of entertainment with music joining us, but I mean, this vast hall that we're in, there's lots of other activities going on as well, but great stuff. It's been some brilliant play, both sides of the net, but it's Hanafiah who has been really, really impressive. Watch him here. He's blocked out there. That was a little bit towards the end of the match, but this is the final shot. There you go, and that is the net. Well, it wasn't touched there, was it? It was just straight at Arfin, and that the net result is a win in June as well. Do you reckon that's featuring quite significantly in the minds of the coaches as well? Do you reckon that they've got a team, a squad here in Malaysia that can challenge?
You'd have thought so. They've definitely got two very good strikers. We've seen that Khairul Zaman, who played in the first two games, was absolutely untouchable. And you think, well, poor old Hanafiah Dollah is not going to get a look in. And in this match, where they need to get at least a set, which they've now got to guarantee qualification for the semi-final, Hanafiah Dollah has come in cold and racked up double figures on spikes in the first set alone. So that means they've got two very good strikers. They've got a couple of very good feeders once Shazrin Kamar is fit again. Shahir Rosdi is a great tekong. Ahmad Azat is a good backup. So they have got a good squad.
Good stuff. Right, well, we've got a substitution here, of course. Victor is in at the tekong position. There he is, chasing it down, doesn't quite make it. Well, he did his job, but it wasn't going to come over. There's a bit of a scramble there from Indonesia, but Victor will be doing his best. There he is, number 5.
We'll get a little bit more from him. He's a high percentage player, and occasionally he has been known to foot fault.
Oi. You can blame the ball toss there.
That one hit the bottom of the net, the tape at the bottom, let alone the tape at the top. So it's a two-man or two-woman job, is serving. The ball toss coming from the striker. And it's not like in other sports where if you don't like the toss, you just start again.
That's much better, more control, great placement. But who's the target? You got it. Mr. Arfin, Pak Arfin. He won't enjoy this.
He's not looking happy there, is he?
No.
So now it goes over to Victor Eka Praseccio. Make sure he keeps his foot right inside that circle when he's serving.
He had 3 problems yesterday. It's still there. Watch out. Oh, you beauty. You little beauty. Hanafiah finishes it off, but I tell you what, there was some great scrambling before that, wasn't there?
There was, and we were down at court level from that particular camera angle.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Lots of interplay there in terms of positions, and Shahir Rosti came up to try the block at the net. He got to it, but he couldn't deny the attacker.
2-3.
Oh, what a beauty. Right into the corner off the net. Well done.
It looks like we're going to see another change in Tekong. Indonesia have already had that particular throw of the dice with Victor coming on for Shamsul Akmal, and now Shahir Rosdi is coming off, and he is going to be replaced by Ahmad Azat, whom we've seen before in Istaf action. He's very much the second string nowadays. Shahir Rosdi is the one, he was brought in as a 17-year-old Shahir Rosdi, one who's a bit raw, but he's made that starting berth his own, so it's now up to Ahmad Azat to do what Hanafiah Dollah is doing and show that he is just as good as the starting Tekong.
It's an interesting style, very peculiar to himself. I tell you, that's very good. What a great start. The 24-year-old comes up with well, he's got his starting position ready to receive the ball is very, very flat and straight on to the net. Then he takes that step back and he comes up with a lot of power. Just watch this again. There you go. Super shot. Nice. Lovely.
Well, the thing is, they've been having to cope with Shahir Rosdi firing them down from a great height and at 72 kilometers per hour. And here the height is a little bit different because he's not as tall. He's 179, so that's 10 centimeters or 4 inches smaller. And the technique as well is totally different, so it comes off at a different angle.
Yep. 3 good serves. Well, he picked up 2 of the 3 points, so the Malaysia will be very happy with that.
Yes, winning 2 your own service, you're doing very well.
Oh dear. Thought was a bit close to the net there, but again Hanafiah does his job beautifully well.
It looks like he's going to be given no sign of Karol Zaman.
Well left, just a little drift away from it, well played.
Victor's offering a little bit more at Tekong than Shamsul Akmal in attacking terms, but he will occasionally go a bit long. He's a little bit less stable, shall we say.
Way off the net again and down, so another point to Indonesia. So 7-5.
7-5.
The point you make about the fact that they are now receiving a totally different feel of service, it is very, very different. There's no power with that, and they've obviously worked out. They target him easy again. Oy, oy, oy. 63 Ks, but I tell you, he's still struggling.
At which point do you think, well, let's go to the bench, let's bring in Rilo Pambudi, even if he is only 18 years old, he's a bit of a taller figure. if he's here, then he must be up to it. Now, why not throw him in?
Again, but was that out? Maybe it was wide. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but Rilopam Budi yesterday against Singapore, he wasn't there for long, I tell you. I think they brought him in for, what, 5 or 6 points, and then realised that it was possibly a little bit unfair to put him into the cauldron. Nicely retrieved. Oh, he's such a clever player. Wow. Talk about doing it yourself.
Exactly.
That was good. It's out, I think. Was it? Yeah, no, it's called good.
It seemed to land on the marathon lettering, but it must have bounced just inside that.
I think so. And he's got the relief of knowing that he's on the attack this time. And he won't get the chance of the service not going in. Malaysia in control of this one now. First set they won 12-6, 6-12, actually 12-6 because now it comes back. Hanafiah has been superb. Look at this, I tell you what, that was a good substitution, wasn't it? I mean, since he's arrived, he's not really put a foot wrong.
Exactly, and he's asking a question with every serve he does. And there you go, poor old Arfin. He curls it away from Arfin this time, and Arfin thinks, well, I'm not on the...
Psychologically, this is tough for Indonesia. Okay, a little bit. But again, it's 2 from 3, so it's still adding to the scoreboard beautifully. 7-14.
It's his first fault on service thus far, Ahmad Azad.
7-14.
Hanafiah. Okay, well, Indonesia take the point. Again, the set wasn't so great.
Exactly, it was Farhan Adam put it a little bit too close to the net there.
Great angle again, beautifully played. This time the set was good. Great shape, great form, and a lovely delivery.
Shame for Hendrapago here, who tried to put up a block there. He is trying to do part of the work of Arfin at the net, but even that's not coming off.
You have to say 16-8. Wow.
That one there just caressed over the net by Hanafiah Dollah. He waited for it to come down very close to the net and then let it bounce off the sole of his shoe, deceiving the opposition.
Farhan, the feeder, is doing a really good job here. That's a difficult ask and task, and I think once you put the striker out of the picture, especially on that kind of shot, then you really are in trouble. Is this a timeout called? It is. Okay, well, you're not surprised, are you? It's Indonesia timeout. Look at the scoreboard, top right of your picture there, 17-8. It's an ouch thing for Indonesia. Really would be a bit disappointed with this. You know, they showed some good character first yesterday, I must say. That defeat against Singapore would have been hard to take.
To me, the problem is they've come here without a striker. They've got Hendrapago, who is a great feeder and covers every inch of the court on defence and also on attack. They've got a couple of decent Tekongs, but they come here with Arfin. Where is Nofrizal? That's the man that they should be having up front. He's played in plenty of Istaf Super Series up until now, and he's a real presence at the net. And at the moment, they've got Arfin, who just doesn't seem to be up to the task, and then Rilo Pambudi, who, as you were saying, John, was brought in against Singapore and then brought straight back out because he obviously wasn't up to the task. Yeah. So they've come here without a striker.
Ui, just out.
Ball, point Indonesia.
But again, it's also relaxed and easy going because they have just invested so much into their own account already. Doesn't matter what happens here, really. They know they're going to get across the line. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Arfin, well, a couple of times on the attack, he's earned his place.
Placing the likes of Nofrizal once they're back in the squad.
Hanafiah's there, and it's a good block. Hanafiah will come again. No, it's not gone, it's gone straight over. Straight down the middle with nobody home there to block it. So well done, Indonesia. You're still hanging in there.
It was Hendra Pago again.
Still a huge mountain, a huge gunung to climb, and that, I'm afraid, means that the gunung has got even taller. It's 11-18. He's got another service yet. Service faults there, 7-5. Okay, well, Tekong to Tekong, and Indonesia take that one.
He is a more dangerous Tekong, potential as a Tekong.
Oh, lovely. And there was a lot of movement on that, on
The other heel there,
possibly.
but it was too late by
Yep.
that point.
Yeah, yeah. Good block. Hey, where are you? Hello. 3 players in the team.
Do, and there's no striker there.
It's, that could be it. Yeah. No. Great save. Lovely scramble. Hanafiah, where was it? It came off the block, it went out. That is 21-12. Malaysia have taken this 3rd match in the preliminary series here in Malacca. And you have to say, it is certainly no more than they deserved. You waxed lyrical about Hanafiah and his potential. He has delivered in absolutely bucketfuls here. There's some great spiking here. You also
Play Hanafiah Dollah. Do you play Khairul Zaman? An embarrassment of riches for Malaysia.
So, excellent strikers, and you said that the Indonesians came 1 striker less. You cannot do that. 21-14, 21-12, Malaysia have done it. They go to the weekend with great ambition to get into the final, but there's semi-final to come up first. They go through with Singapore as well. It's on the other side of the coin. It will be Thailand together with Korea. So, I guess it's Malaysia versus Korea.
Malaysia.